Turn number 6. Well, it's again one of these turns which looks like 90 degrees, but it's a little bit more than, actually a little bit less in this case than 90 degrees. What else did to say? Well, from my point of view, this is my most favorite turn in Laguna Seca. If you get this right, you can take in a huge amount of speed up to the corkscrew. The turn is also slightly banked. Interesting part about this turn is there's a little bump in the middle of exactly where the apex is. So the fact that you take this turn kind of jerky means you actually got it right. It doesn't mean you got it wrong. You actually got it right. So let's look at the turn. In my car, most of the time, I'm in third gear. Sometimes I go to fourth. So you really might be in third or fourth gear. But in my car, I take this turn in third gear. You definitely have to do some braking here. The apex is around here. And this is the point where this little bump is. Again, if you do this turn right, you will hit this bump, and actually it means, okay, I got it all right. If you get it wrong, then, as I said earlier, if you get it wrong, you go off with two wheels. Don't try to keep the car on the track. Let the car get off the track and sort things out off the track. There's a wall really close by here. So if your car spins out and goes back over here into the wall, you can pretty much destroy your car. Also, up in this section before, in this section after turn 6, it's a good opportunity to let others' car pass. Let's say you have a not so horsepower car like I have, and there's a twin turbo behind you. Probably a good time to let them by. Of course, after the turn, not in the turn. Well, Laguna Seca has a few turns which, well, how do I say this right, demand some extra respect. And in my opinion, turn number 6 is one of these turns. No, I'm repeating myself, but I don't think I can say it often enough. There's a few turns where you just have to get them right. And if you don't get them right, there's a good chance that you go off track. And if you go off track, don't fight it. So in the following video, I just want to show you a little bit what can happen if you get turn number 6, which is really kind of tricky, wrong. Okay, turn number 7. Well, turn number 7 isn't really a turn, it's a little bit of a bend in the road up to the corkscrew. So let's look at it a little bit closer. So when you come out of turn number 6, it's almost natural that your car wants to go to the right, and now you start getting ready for the corkscrew. So here is a bit of a rumble pad, and you really want to hit the rumble pad with your two left wheels. Usually around here I can reach fourth gear, so keep on going up, and then I get ready for the corkscrew. One thing I would like to mention here for people who have, like me, millions of laps in Laguna Seca on Xboxes, PS2s, or racing simulators on PCs, what I noticed is that most of these simulators get the entry to the corkscrew completely wrong. And I don't want to elaborate what they show you when you switch on the best line or whatever option you have in your simulator. I don't want to talk about how to do it wrong. I want to talk about how to do it right. So if you now feel the line I tell you to go in the corkscrew is wrong, it's because you trusted your simulator and your simulator got it absolutely right. And in my opinion, most of these simulators show a line which doesn't work and is actually dangerous. Turn 8 and 8A, also known as the corkscrew. So we're finally at this point, which was the whole reason because you wanted to go to Laguna Seca, because you finally wanted to drive the world famous corkscrew. So let's have a look at it, shall we? So let's hope you followed what I told you earlier, and you are now all the way to the right in the entry of the corkscrew. And by the way, somewhere here you hit third gear, and probably you have your braking done before here. The entry to the first part of the turn is late, as is the second apex. So I meant the apex is late. Late apex here, late apex here. The real challenge is with the corkscrew is that starting here, it goes very steep downhill. So when you arrive here, you won't see the apex here. So the only way you can orient yourself is you will see that there are 3 trees, very permanent large trees, and you want to aim for the tree in the middle. So when you're up here, you need some kind of a visual orientation, so you want to aim for that tree, and if you do this right, it will bring you right here to do a nice late apex. From here, everything is downhill, and I take the corkscrew in 3rd gear, which probably is a little bit against instinct, because usually you might feel you can do it in 2nd gear. The reason why I go in 3rd is, number 1, I'm going downhill, so I don't need the torque from the 2nd gear, and if I would go down in 2nd, I would have to shift into 3rd around here, which is pretty much mid-air, and which is a really bad place to shift. So that's the reason why I take the corkscrew in 3rd gear. So let's say you got this all right. Take a nice wide exit and go over to, not all the way over to the right, probably 2/3 to the right, to get ready for turn number 9. So, after we mastered the corkscrew, let's talk about turn 9. Turn 9 is a long sweeper, which in my point of view is a bit of a challenge. It's downhill, so you're actually going faster than you think you're going, and the turn doesn't have as much grip as I really would like it to have. So the whole turn is kind of a compromise between how much horsepower you give and how much horsepower the car is willing to take and grip on the track. So it's a permanent negotiation process, and also there are walls very close by. You don't want to do this wrong. So have a closer look. So we did our exit from the corkscrew, and we're still in 3rd gear. Actually, I'm still in 3rd gear. Do some braking here, and we don't go all the way to the right, only about 2/3 of the way. Apex is very late, and now you slowly start to turn in towards your apex, and again it's a permanent negotiation with how much power can you really apply here and make it safe out of here. So this is also one of my turns where some special attention is needed, which I will show you in one of these attention videos a little bit later, actually right after that. Wall is right here, so you really want to make sure you get this turn right. So turn number 9 is the second of these turns I talked a little bit earlier about, which demand some extra respect. So also here, my little educational video, what can happen if you don't do this turn completely right.